The kickoff to this week is about a counter trend bounce and lots of noise in the market. If you take a look at the weekly chart of the SPY ETF, the market, we clearly see using a very straightforward, easy to understand, powerful signal tool called the TRP, that last week we were left with a weekly TRP sell signal. And that's the cyan dot that you see right over there above the last weekly candle. And of course, you are looking also at the speed lines here. The magenta and the blue speed lines had a crossover over the course of the last two closed weekly bars, leaving this market in a bit of peril. When a TRP sell signal fires off, which ostensibly is fired off in an uptrend against that weekly channel right there, you can see it's still up, it can offer a temporary down before a bounce, but we want to keep our eyes wide open and look nearer term. I was just on the phone with Rob a little earlier into the market close, and he was talking about intraday shorts as a higher probability strategy and very select short-term intra-week swings, but waiting for the market to get above key levels before recovery is something that can set in. Now, when you take a look at the weekly chart, it throws its signal out a month to a quarter. When you take a look at the daily chart, we're getting a little closer into home, but we still have a lot more, let's just call it, work to do. And looking at the daily and the weekly together, we can gain an insight. That insight is straightforward. We have seen price pull back on the weekly chart, give us sell signals, and in fact, targets below the channel on the weekly. The daily chart has had a sell signal on it going back to the beginning of April, roughly. And look how straightforward that is. We are in an uptrend. The channel tells us that. We know that the channel can offer support. And if you've been in Rob's classes or listened to him over the years, you know that 2 days below the channel constitutes a negative shift. That's to be taken quite seriously. We're still in that state as we speak now. Now, target one for the TRP sell on the daily chart was met days ago. The target two and the midline, of course, we crossed through. What's happening now? Well, we're now in a market that is in a counter trend bounce, but still below that target two. And here's where we want to take in the subchart for the TRP toolkit. Those are momentum crossover lines. And the center of the channel is quite important. Getting that TRP negative momentum line below the center of the channel and continuing to remain below there affirms downside risk. Now that downside risk is meeting with a nearer in time frame, and that would be the 4-hour chart, telling us that we should be open-minded for a counter trend bounce, which is in play as of the end of the day today, and really for the morning. You can see that with the fast speed line blue trying to cross above the magenta. So what's the signal from the noise? The nearer term TRP signals, inclusive of the positive momentum shift on the bottom of the screen there, the 4-hour chart, throws its signal out 3 to 5 days and tells me that I should be aware of a counter trend bounce that is not necessarily going to repair the market. We would have to get back up above the channel. And right now that's sitting at around just under 511. A lot of heavy lifting would have to take place. Rather, a short after an attempt to get up there, a push back down, would become an interesting and potentially lucrative opportunity. Again, all trading is at the independent trader's risk. If you see the picture coming together, downside risk on the weekly, downside risk on the daily, counter trend bounce needs to play out on the 4-hour, which looks out 3 to 5 days, before another opportunity for down likely presents itself. If you like the straightforward, simple, easy to understand, high probability signaling here, join me on Wednesday. We're going to be doing a special class starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, April the 24th. That's this Wednesday, folks. And you can go register at becomebettertrader.com/yes. I look so much forward to seeing you there and sharing my insights through the lens of this powerful toolkit developed by Rob Hoffman to take you, 32-time international investing, real money onsite trading champion. These are his tools and his strategies that I've added to my toolkit for my personal trading. Let me show you how I use them, and let me give you my insights on them. I look forward to seeing you there this Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Bye for now.